Hello and welcome back to Toasty Toes Uncut, the final Toasty Toes Uncut ever, forever. It's never happening again. This is it. This is the last one. I'm so sick
of filming these.
No, I actually love it, but it's time for it to come to an end.
But you're sick and tired of the Photoshop?
Yeah.
Show you something natural, like ass with stretch marks?
Bro, if I had to see Afghan one more time...
Yeah, no. That is one thing I will say I'm really sick of. I don't like this map.
And I used to love it, too. I've just seen it too much.
Yeah, we played it to death.
Yeah.
And now I associate the map with all the snow. I associate it with pedophilia.
I don't remember why, but
No, because you told that story about that guy at your high school.
Oh yeah, about that horrible sex pervert.
Yeah, and the story, like you telling it lasted the whole match basically. So now I just think of that.
Permanent memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I know there's like a purpose to this episode, but I wanted to say that I was actually by your high school the other day, and I saw a pretty old car.
Would you like take a shit in the parking lot?
Yeah, that's where I go to like to relieve myself. But it was a pretty old car, and there was a pretty old dude who was driving it, and at the front of the vehicle there wasn't any identification.
Uh-oh.
But at the back there was. So that I was like, it like drove out.
Okay, good. Okay, because what if you attacked him for no reason?
Just jump on it like, hey, like, yeah. It was sort of like in those movies where like the kid loses his parent in the grocery store, and then it's like someone with the same jacket and like height.
Yeah. They turn around and it's like an ugly man.
Oh
no!
Yeah. It was like that, except I was relieved that...
Or it's like Home Alone, where like the old guy is like unnecessarily scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the message of that movie is like, hey, don't judge this man by his appearance because he's actually a nice guy. There was no reason for him to be doing the things that he did. Kevin was buying like a toothbrush, and with his bloody glove, he came and slammed on the table. It was like...
I don't remember that.
Uncalled for, bro.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, to get back on point here, this is the final uncut. 15 is just a good number to end it on, you know? And, you know, since we're like phasing out the channel, this whole episode is just going to be a channel retrospective. So like maybe some stories will emerge if we like trigger a memory, but for the most part, it's just going to be a retrospective on the channel, since this will probably be one of the last videos that we ever upload. So for the final time, let's set up the match. I think we agreed that this was going to be a Rust knife only 1v1. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah. The best possible map to have on this. The best possible setup to have on this
Also,
game.
where the very first uncut happened.
Yeah.
Was a 1v1 on this match.
Yeah. Also the Q&A episode.
Oh yeah. Rust is always where we come for like special occasions.
Yeah.
Alright, let me see. Do I have a I guess okay. So knife only.
I just pull out a comically large bazooka.
I got a sword. That's kind of a knife. I know it's only a matter of time before you pull out a bazooka. Like I'm not.
I got a
fucking
fucking death ray back here.
I'm going up. I'm up 4. Just stay on your secondary. How about?
Team deathmatch.
Yeah. Well, no, we won't. We won't break the rules.
I straight up don't believe you.
No. Like, wait. How do I? Do I press 2? Oh, wait. What? Wait. How do I use knives?
You E. But also, I'm stuck in place. Are you stuck in place?
I am not stuck in place.
I am stuck in... Don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me.
Ivy. Oh, you... Was that some kind of trick?
No, I actually can't move, but
Oh, I actually can't move. But...
am I gonna beat you while like literally being immobile?
Immobile. Okay, Sam, you know, honestly, I don't think this episode should happen while you're stuck in place. That's just my hot take.
Let's call a brief intermission while we fix this issue. We're back, everyone.
Okay.
Oh, that was easy.
Wow, you are a conniving person.
So, how about we'll go through the history of the channel in order, like in order of when the series came out. How about that?
Okay.
So yeah, we're basically going to be saying, you know, our general thoughts, our experiences. While oh my god, I'm not going to be able to talk during this, am I? Okay.
Sorry.
Our experiences, our favorite memories, our favorite episodes if we have any. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with, you know, the original series, Wacky Shack.
It is Wacky Shack.
It is. You gonna say
I'm just
something?
taking L after L. I don't know how this is. I thought I was.
How
not
is
that
this
bad.
happening?
Well, where do we begin with Wacky Shack, Sam?
Well, have we ever told that the name Wacky Shack, it actually came from the fair that we have, like a yearly fair in our town. Have we ever said that, like, that's how we got Wacky Shack?
I don't think so. I don't think it's ever anything we explained. But there's like it's like a, how would you describe it? It's like a fake house.
A fun house?
It's a fun house.
Yeah.
That it has this big like thing on it that says Wacky Shack, and like you would go in it and there would be all these like things you could do. What the fuck did you do? Oh. That isn't a knife. All right.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I don't actually care, but yeah. Yeah. So that's how we came up with that. But
yeah,
but if
I have a specific memory associated with it.
Oh, I don't know if I want to talk about that memory.
So no, there was just a time that we were both going to go to the fair and we wanted to meet up, and that particular year, this was in middle school.
Yeah.
Like 2015. Sam had his first girlfriend that year, and I wanted to meet up with her and him at the fair, and we were gonna like be at the fair together, and I was gonna be third wheeling. Terrible idea. So we decided.
I think there were other terrible ideas at play though.
Yeah. So our plan was, because like we didn't know where each other were. Our plan was meet up behind the Wacky Shack.
Mm-hmm.
So we literally like snuck behind the Wacky Shack and had like a secret cult meeting.
Yeah.
That's just what I associate with like when I hear Wacky Shack.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty like reminiscent of. Yeah, I think of like cotton candy and stuff when I think of it.
Well,
It's
now I
kind
mean
of,
nowadays I think of, you know, the series, but
yeah.
before then,
Yeah.
fuck.
Nice. Yeah, but before then it was, and now I feel like that is something I can really look back on, because like we would go, or I would go, or everyone would go to that fair every year, and now it's like, with the pandemic, that's just happening.
It was really fun though. Like it was like it was the only like yearly thing. Yeah. Our town doesn't have like a lot of fun events that go on.
Remotely interesting for that
Yeah.
matter. Do you want to talk about how we started the channel, or is that something we've covered?
We've covered that. We covered that in the Q&A video.
Yeah, okay. But I did want to note that we came up with the name Binky's Trap House before we came up with Wacky Shack.
No, yeah, we mentioned that. We mentioned how, like, Binky's Trap House was, like, our original idea for a series.
And, you know, honestly, I don't think we had anything planned beyond that initially.
No, Wacky Shack was, like, our filler series. I mean, we literally say that.
Yeah.
Like, but then it ended up being more popular than Binky's Trap House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For reasons.
Do you have any, like, specific memories with Wacky Shack? Either, like, about individual episodes or about filming that, like, you want to mention that stand out to you?
No, well, okay. I mean, filming episode 3, I remember that was like, I think episode 3 was when I realized that we could, like, have fun with this and that this could end up being something, like, worthwhile.
Yeah, episode 3, like, the first good one.
Yeah. Honestly, when you, like, gave me the idea to start a channel, I was pretty skeptical.
Well, yeah, understandably.
But episode 3 kind of, like...
Episode 3 won a lot of people over. It won over Sam C.
Yeah, it did. Because Sam C thought, like, what we were doing was, like, cringy and stuff before he saw that. So that's something I would mention. But I also remember, like... It's like the experience of what happened and what happened on that server.
Yeah.
Like, I think it would have been... Like, I think the time spent there would have been fun, even if we weren't recording it. Like, I'd still have memories of it.
Yeah, memories of the Extreme Craft server.
Yeah, because there are, like, Minecraft... Like, times I've spent in Minecraft, or, like, specific, like servers I've spent time on that I have, like, memories with certain people, and I feel like that would definitely...
Yeah. It would have been fun even if we weren't recording, definitely.
And, like, it would have been... I feel like we still would have talked the same...
Yeah, no, nothing... probably
right,
nothing except, like, the plot aspects would have been different.
Yeah, and even the plot aspect was that was entirely organic, you know?
Yeah, well, like, Flower Fauna was pretty... Towards the end, you know, obviously we planned out.
Yeah, we had to do things, but...
Yeah, towards the beginning, it was just, like, literally just filming what was happening to us.
Yeah, and I didn't even think we were going to have a plot. Like, I wasn't, like, aware of any of that. And,
Well, yeah, no one was, really, but...
the overarching story that we were telling, like, if we can call it that, I...
It was a fledgling. It was like the beginnings of something.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd end up connected to other stuff we had done in middle school.
Yeah.
Other stuff we had talked about. So that was, like, a surprise, I guess. But,
Yeah.
I guess I just remember having a really good time filming it. Like, that was just a part of my...
I remember because we filmed it over so long, you know? It's like... I remember filming it, like, the first couple times we filmed it.
Uh-huh.
I remember, like, editing the first video. Like, literally the lost episode. I remember the process of editing that. I remember, like... Because I remember we filmed it, and then we filmed it after the school year ended. We started filming it in the summer. And I remember, like, there was this one day where there was a thunderstorm. There was, like, a really bad thunderstorm. And it's like when you see those memes where it's like playing Minecraft on a rainy summer afternoon. It was like literally that. And I think there's I think in one of the episodes you can like hear thunder in the background.
Yeah, it's very comfy.
Yeah. Or just cuz like, you know, obviously it's not canonically there was no thunder, but it's just like it was thundering out too loud to like edit out.
Yeah.
So, and I ended up leaving it in. I think because I just liked being like, you know, the idea, like it was, yeah, like you said, it was comforting, it was comfy. So I left it in intentionally. But I just have like, you know, lots of memories like that where it's like filming it, and then I remember obviously filming the finale.
Yeah, well, that was a whole process, and that was kind of when I first realized that like
Yeah.
the channel was gonna kind of take up some energy.
And like that was like that was like literally a year later. Like that was a year after like the first episode. Like we literally have been doing Wacky Shack for a full year. And that was
Yeah, and I
like,
hadn't
yeah.
even like thought it would last that long, or I didn't
Nobody
think it was
did.
gonna like.
Yeah. Nobody thought we were gonna finish Wacky Shack. When we
Yeah,
started.
no, that was never a thing in my head that we were gonna like make something of what was happening.
Yeah,
or what we-
or that even we were gonna do more besides Minecraft. Like.
Yeah, because I considered it a Minecraft Let's Play channel, like
Pretty
in the
much.
first year or so,
Yeah.
and probably for after that. But
I remember one of the funniest in hindsight, but at the time, worst memories was filming the finale, and literally a matter of seconds before we're about to begin recording, you decided to burn down the entire set.
wait, are you referring to Binky's? Oh yeah.
In the Wacky Shack finale.
Well, you know, I think what was funny about that was that I didn't mean for it to burn down.
No,
like, that
you're
was
literally a
just-
fool. You,
It was literally just straight foolishness.
yeah, like,
And stupidity.
and I wasn't recording, so I never like caught it on tape.
Yeah.
So it's like, but we were just like, Sam.
It was really funny at the time. Well, actually, it wasn't funny. Like, I was
It's
just
funny
like,
to you.
well, I was thinking to myself, like, this sucks, but like, out of context, I think
Yeah,
this would be really funny.
It set us back like 40 minutes. But we were like 20, like usually I'm like, I give the go, like I'm like, okay guys, like, you know, 10 seconds, and I like count down before we're about to start. And it's like, Sam Harris is like, oh wait, I want to add some last minute things to my room. I'm like, okay, hurry up. And he was like, I want to add netherrack and light it on fire. And so he did, and then he didn't think that obviously it was going to burn down the wood that the Wacky Shack was made of.
Yeah, well, you know, I thought it was like, it would have been restricted to the top of the netherrack. That's what I genuinely thought.
Which is like foolish beyond belief.
You're right, it is. But I wasn't a Minecraft guru, I'll admit it.
Yeah, but
But-
that's just a major memory that I have. Like that sticks out to me.
Yeah, that remember how Jason flipped the fuck out on that?
Yeah. And what a classic like I don't know, like that was just like the first video that was like, it was like half an hour, you know, it was like
It's like narrative work, I
Yeah.
think, basic.
well, I mean, there was Binky's Trap House before that, but that was the first one where it was like, hey, try to take this a little bit seriously. Even though I wouldn't say you have to take anything on the Toasty Toes channel super seriously. That was the first thing that was like, hey, you know, there's gonna be credits at the end of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
And at the time of you're gonna say something?
no, I was just said sorry because I accidentally shot you.
No. At the time that we're filming this episode, we have not started Back at the Shack. But when this is uploaded, maybe the first few episodes will be out by the time this is uploaded.
Yeah.
So, you know, who knows how that's going to go. It's because it's going to be the return to a traditional Let's Play style. It's going to be completely unconnected to the story. It's not even canon, you know.
Yeah, there's something so great about vanilla Minecraft.
Yeah, it will just be a vanilla Minecraft Let's Play, or at least that's the way we're planning it. No story, no anything. Just literally just the two of us playing Minecraft. Kind of as like a bookend to the channel. Just to like finish it off, because we did say that we were gonna do Back at the Shack, way back in Wacky Shack. So
Yeah.
just kind of brings it full
we're
circle.
following up on that.
Yeah. Even though the narrative, by the time this is coming out, like the main narrative of the channel will have been wrapped up or wrapping up with the end of Gary's Mod Season 3. So yeah, that's just kind of like the less meta and the more like literal end of the series, end of the channel rather.
Yeah.
Oop. Oh.
Care package ready for
But remember how we thought Binky's Trap House was going to be a series as long as, or longer than,
Yeah.
Wacky Shack? How fucking naive were we?
I mean, it had potential, but it's just
You're
like
right, it did, yeah.
there were complications with Binky's
There were
Trap
several
House.
complications. Do we want to get into them, or like, is it boring?
I think we did get into them.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, there was just like, you know, it was just really hard to coordinate recording that, and it's like we focused, we ended up shifting our focus to Wacky Shack, and it's like, you know,
And I think Wacky Shack was easier to produce.
true. That is very true. But yeah, and you know what? Binky's Trap House works as a trilogy anyway. So, you know, let's use this as a segue. Binky's Trap House, our next series to do a retrospective on. Same question. Same question. Any like, you know, thoughts, memories, or like, you know, how about this? How about this? What is your thoughts on the series as a whole? And you can do Wacky Shack since we skipped that.
I mean, I think Wacky Shack is kind of a product of where we were, but there's something weirdly nostalgic about it.
I agree. Wacky Shack is very nostalgic, and I think it'll get more nostalgic like as the years go on.
Yeah, and I think it like evokes like a lot of like it evokes a common memory of like meeting people on Minecraft servers and like
True. Yeah.
not really knowing anything about them other than their like username, but like building things with them and stuff. Which is just like I think it's like I think that's kind of sweet. And Binky's Trap House is a little different. Like I feel like that was like our first foray into
Like improv stuff.
of quote, and I'm thinking of that
Quote
scene.
improv. Sam C.
I'm thinking of that scene where Sam C said no, like over and over again.
Yeah.
Because that might just be like my favorite like awful moment, or not even awful moment. It's kind of perfect, but like
One of the best Sam C moments on the channel.
Yeah, if not the best. Like it's definitely like the best.
Or the best like bonus video.
The best like bonus video and like weird thing that happened while recording.
Weird, yeah. Stupid thing.
Ridiculous, yeah. But I think it like taught us something about like the way to set up a vaguely narrative like thing like that.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe like Wacky Shack, the finale did that more, but
yeah, you're probably right about that, but
and you know what? Yeah. So my general thoughts on Wacky Shack, same thing. It is very nostalgic. I do love it. I mean, you know, it's like one of those things where it's like it was you know, it's an early days type thing. So while it's not like terrible, and
some of it's a little rough, I think, definitely.
It's some of the early episodes are a bit rough. Honestly, it doesn't start getting good until like the slave institution and shit. Like
that's around where we like
that was that was like the Toasty Village era, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's where it started getting good. And like we had just been better at we had been practicing commentary, so we got better at like jokes, and we were more natural, and you know that's where it started getting good. So yeah, it's a little bit dated. It is dated. That's part of why it's so nostalgic, because it's very dated. It is very of its time. But it's not. It's not
the first like Lost episode.
Yeah. That is like that was the first video we ever uploaded.
And how like awkward that was.
Yeah.
And like how now it's like so much more natural.
Yeah, like I literally don't have to think before I make we make jokes that are like really good jokes. Not to pat myself on the back, but we make some good ass jokes without having to think about it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it's like you go back and watch that, and it's like we're thinking so hard about what we're gonna say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But so it is dated. It is dated, And I think that we have like since then, like we have topped Wacky Shack like in so many ways. Like Wacky Shack, like it comes off as such a relic nowadays. But I don't dislike it for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel you.
But yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a relic, but I don't hate it.
Like it's like
I do love it. I
was-
love it in the way that you love like in the way that we love something like, how do I put this? I don't want it to sound like I like dislike Wacky Shack, but I love it in the way that you love something from your past that's like not great, you know?
yeah.
Like, oh, I remember when we did that. Man, we were so dumb back then. You know, that type of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
That type of thing, yeah.
But I think it was like a precursor to like the stuff we've done with Gary's Mod and Roblox. And I
Yeah.
think Binky's Trap House was also like a precursor to like the longer form stuff we've also done.
Very true. So, yeah, moving on to Binky's Trap House. Like, so now that we've wrapped up Wacky Shack, what are your overall thoughts on Binky's Trap House?
I think it also taught us a lot of lessons, like about how to coordinate things and how to
Yeah.
plot stuff. And like it didn't like it wasn't like after we filmed it, it was like, okay, now I know we need like a script and like we need to coordinate stuff in this way. It was more like we just knew more instinctively about how to do stuff like that and how to like craft
Yeah.
a narrative.
And we knew the importance of everyone being on the same page. Like, that was very
Sure.
important.
Yeah, and communication.
And nobody, like, because, okay, like, when we first were doing, there are a lot of lost episodes of Binky's Trap House. Like, ones that we, like, tried to film that just
yeah,
not
that's
working. That have been wiped.
literally
That have been,
putting like a pickup block on top of a Lego, like
like, things that have been George Lucas from reality, you know? Just really not that great videos. And it was just like, because the way we used to do it was like, I knew the script, but like, I had to direct everyone else. And you know, yeah, like you said,
just turned into like, wait, what do you want me to do? Why?
yeah.
And then if
yeah.
it's a choice that like someone disagreed with, it was like you couldn't
Yeah,
talk about
yeah,
it in real
yeah,
time.
yeah.
It was right there.
We have since made a rule that it's like, you know, the script is final. Like, you can't just be like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that Binky would really do that. They
I don't believe that's not his character.
There's stuff like that. Not that that would ever happen, because Binky is the most well-defined character in the Toasty Toes. Yeah.
But like, also I think it like I think when it like in terms of coming up with like stuff and coming up with plots, like I think it helped because now we know, okay, well maybe we shouldn't like define this too well or like flesh this out so much that there's no wiggle room.
Yeah.
Because there has
yeah.
to be room for like
There has to be some room for like improv, and there has to be
it's not even like fuck ups. It's just like I think there's something productive happens if you're not so strict with like what you want to do.
No, our videos are never scripted word for word.
Yeah,
But they're
it's an idea.
they are scripted, like each scene is sometimes planned out pretty meticulously. It depends on the scene. Really, it does. Like, if there's a scene that's like there's room for improv, then yeah. But if there's a scene that's like a major event is happening,
Yeah.
then usually it's a little more tight. But yeah.
Yeah, but now it's like it's pretty easy to get, like if we're working with people apart from ourselves, that it's easier to get them on the same page because we can just sort of communicate.
We're just better, like, yeah, we're better directors now. And I feel like we were more, like, the first 2 episodes of Binky's Trap House. I feel like we were like, when we were filming those, we were probably more passionate than in a lot of the Wacky Shacks.
Yeah, sure. Because it felt like the stakes were higher, I think, almost.
Yeah. And it was like, we spent a lot of time on like that set, you know,
Yeah.
like the Binky's Trap House set.
I blew up too.
Oh yeah. Why do you do these things? Yeah, that really happened. But like, I love how, I also, side note, I love how Binky's Trap House is like a recurring location, you know, like,
Yeah.
I'll get to like something about that later when we talk about Gary's mod. And like what I was experimenting with, in that series. But yeah, and also the Binky's Trap House 3 was like such a step up from, it was like our second, like, you know, we did the Wacky Shack finale, and then that was like a big production. At the time, it was our biggest production.
Yeah.
And then we did, you know, we're like, hey, we never finished Binky's Trap House. We have to do the Binky's Trap House finale.
Yeah. And at that point we realized that like it wasn't gonna work as a series.
Yeah. So we just like sort of took several ideas and like molded them into the Binky's Trap House Part 3. But it was such a step up from like from the Wacky Shack finale, you know?
Yeah.
Like the jump from Wacky Shack finale level of script to Binky's Trap House 3 level of script was huge. It was like it's like an astronomical difference again when you're like working on that scale.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what is a majority of the Wacky Shack finale?
It's just, isn't it fighting?
A majority of it is us exploring Agon's dimension.
Yeah.
And that's very natural. We just explore Agon's dimension. And, like, you know, when he's got, like, the village under his control, and it's like, you know, a lot of it was, like, very natural. Walk around the set and explore and fight Agon, have a battle. But it was like, okay, now we're going to have Binky's Trap House Part 3. It's like, okay, well, we need to explain what happened to Joe. Okay, well, we're going to need a flashback sequence. You know, and things just, like, evolve.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the script honestly called for it to be a bigger production. And we were like, okay, we want... Who's going to be our villain? It's like, okay, we need Flower Fauna to be the villain, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, okay, well, how are we going to do Flower Fauna as a villain? She doesn't talk. Well, she's a Japanese robot, right? So we'll get her to do a robot, you know?
Oh, shit.
It's like, okay, well, now we got to translate Japanese.
We gotta hire a translator.
Well, the funny thing is, Flower Fauna's Japanese is, like, only half right. Like some of it is, like, accurate. Like she's actually saying what the subtitles say. And some of it just isn't.
Did you put it into Google Translate?
It's like the Google Translate voice thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So some of it I like double checked, made sure it was accurate. But
Yeah, just in case anyone was gonna check.
yeah. But some of it wasn't because I was just like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of funny that it's a Google Translate robot. You know, like I feel like that's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's shoestring like that. It's just there's a charm to it.
Yeah. So yeah, it just naturally the script called for Binky's Trap House Part 3 to be a bigger production.
Yeah, and
Well, whoa! I just teleported around the map. Say again?
yeah, that also glitched for me. I don't know what happened, but
Yeah.
what did we do after we finished Binky's Trap House?
Okay, let's see. Okay, well, first of all, final thoughts. You can say if you agree with me on this. You know, the Wacky Shack finale was a big production, but Binky's Trap House 3 was our first movie.
Yeah, for sure.
I would definitely
Because I
say
think
that.
the Wacky Shack finale was in many ways just an
Extended episode.
episode
Yeah,
of Wacky.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Binky's Trap House 3 was our first
the first
ever
two
movie.
episodes. Yeah, the first two episodes are kind of longer than Wacky Shack episodes. They were more involved than an episode of Wacky Shack, sort of.
True. But they were still mostly, like, improv stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't as, like, goal oriented because it wasn't straight Minecraft. Like it was just kind of this world.
Yeah, it was just kind of, yeah, we're at the trap house. We're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. So we're going through these series in chronological, like the order of release. So after Binky's Trap House was Toasty Toe, no, Retro Games.
Oh shit, you're right.
Which Retro Games is actually technically part of Binky's Trap House as an interquill.
Wait.
It's cause you know how it's supposed to be during that gap where we're hanging out with the new Binky.
Oh, I see. But we
Yeah.
still call Binky Sam C.
Well, yeah, but we always call each other Sam. Sometimes we slip up, like in our videos. It's just it is what it is. Like we're gonna slip up. But yeah, it's technically part of the Binky's Trap House like saga, but a separate series. It's an interquill. So it's a separate series. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's pretty. I actually rewatched the first episode of Pokemon the other day.
Wow, one of our
And-
most popular videos.
Yeah, it was because I was just like looking at the channel, and I thought it was pretty good.
It holds
But
up.
in that episode in particular, I don't know why, but I was just talking so
So
much.
you were talking so much shit on Sam C that entire video.
I don't know what was. I think what the problem was.
You were just
Just
like Sam C would say something and he'd be like, Sam, I'm going to shit down your neck.
Which is a direct quote. Like, yeah. Yeah. Wait, did he talk to you about that?
What? Sam C?
About how much shit I was talking about him?
No, I just know from editing that video.
Watching it? Yeah. Okay. But no. What I was gonna say was I think just from the sound of my voice, my thought is I don't think I got any sleep the night before we recorded that.
It's very likely.
So I was just like weird and manic, and like I thought I was hallucinating the whole thing basically.
What the fuck?
No, I didn't actually think that, but it was sort of like it didn't feel real. Like if I closed my eyes, I could just enter another world and like not
What
like
the
have
hell
to...
are you talking about?
No,
Alright.
well, it's just how I feel after I haven't slept.
I didn't know that your thoughts on retro games were so deep.
No,
I feel like
this
if I
just-
closed my eyes, I
Enter another world.
I could have entered another world. That's how
No.
surreal the experience was.
These are my thoughts on not sleeping. Because I used to have this. Like around the time when we recorded that, I had this bad problem with not sleeping. Like I just wouldn't sleep.
Yeah.
And then I
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what was it? And yeah. So I don't think I slept the night before that. So like I was just trying to say as much as possible because, like, the more energy I expended, like the harder it would have been to fall back asleep.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that, but it is very likely.
It's like it's like not even like it's kind of cringy to watch, but it's also just funny that like an episode like that exists.
I wouldn't call it cringe. It's like we've refined that formula for that type of
Yeah.
series. Like with I mean obviously we're not gonna get to that for a while, but with Toasty Toes Arcade, we kind of took that style and refined it. But
Yeah.
there's a need for that style on the channel. Like there really is. Because it can't be all scripted stuff 24/7, like, you know, like again, to jump ahead a little bit. We couldn't release Gary's mod without releasing Toasty Toes Arcade to balance it out.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
it was
exactly.
necessary.
Yeah.
So I feel like retro games fulfilled that, and obviously, the main thing that I remember from retro games is how many inside jokes spawned out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Like so many, like think about it. Retro games was the birth of OSA. It was the birth of ET.
Who's Osa?
Who is Osa?
Yeah.
Like, all that came from retro games. So, you know, it is a landmark series in that regard.
Yeah, I would agree.
And also, like, a landmark series in terms of making Sam C a major part of the channel.
Yeah, because that was around the time we had like when we had first started like really integrating him into things and like.
Yeah, well, like Binky's Trap House 3 was his first video.
It was like where because we had only talked about Sam C before that.
Yeah.
And like that was when we like actually showcased who this person was.
Yeah. Sam C. The elusive
Yeah.
Sam C.
Yeah, I would say it was solid. I'd like to see some other episodes to see if I was acting as weird.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe the ET video. But we
Well,
were
the
all
ET
acting
video-
weird.
The ET video was like
an
wasn't that
anomaly.
after yeah, it's an unidentified flying object.
That was like at the end of the day. Like, you know.
Yeah, it was at the end of the day. So we were like losing like our grip on reality, but yeah, I think I just started like sometimes with Sam C, like I'll just like play into his worst instincts and like we feed off each other.
Yeah.
And like the ADHD just creates like a you know.
It's like some kind of like vortex, you know.
Oh yeah, no, and it just absorbs like any like brain cells in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my thoughts. I think we have similar thoughts. Okay, so next came Toasted Movies came next. Or they were coming out around the same time.
Yeah.
Retro games and Toasted Movies, but Toasted Movies is next to discuss.
Okay, honestly, Toasted Movies is my personal favorite series.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that.
I just think it's our most natural form of like.
A lot of people who I've talked to say that Toasted Movies is their favorite.
Yeah, I think it like lends itself to our style of humor. Like it's just very self-referential and like, like you can repeat stuff and I don't know quite how to explain it, but it's like like those movies we watched, like they kept providing.
They provided the content. We just had to like riff on it.
Well, and it's like we were able to like get a lot out of those movies. Like I feel like you wouldn't like without our commentary, like you wouldn't be able to get. Well, I mean, I feel like we like added something to what we were watching. You know, it wasn't like we were just explaining what was. You know?
True, I agree with that. And in fact, it's almost the opposite, really. What we a lot of our jokes had nothing to do with like the plot. I mean, sometimes they did.
Yeah.
I tried to, when editing it, I tried to string together enough scenes so that the audience would sort of know, like, what's happening in the movie.
Yeah.
But for a majority of it, it wasn't us. And a lot of these fucking movies have no fucking plot anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, but I don't.
They're already shitty YouTube videos.
If the audience doesn't like understand like the story of the movie, then us making fun of it has no impact, really.
Yeah.
So I had to edit it in such a way to where that would be the audience would be able to understand what was going on.
Yeah, and I thought it was like effectively done too.
Yeah, I would, you know, if we could. I mean, we're not going to bring it back, but you know, a revival of Toasted Movies. In an alternate universe, I would not be opposed to that. We just don't have, you know, the time, or we're focusing on too many other things right now to really do that. And like recording Toasted Movies was extremely taxing.
Oh yeah, well that was part of it though, you know. Because like it would just like the sanity meter was such a good device.
Yeah.
In that way.
Because it was true. Like, the more you watch these movies, like, and it just gets what was that one movie? I was like, I so just wanted to turn. I think it was probably Garbage Pail Kids.
No, it was definitely Garbage Pail Kids.
No, it's that movie. People don't fucking understand. I was like, I had a headache. Like, I was gonna cry. Like, you know?
Literally just inflicts pain.
Like there are so many scenes. All right, we didn't do this, but we were so close. I was like, Sam, can we please skip ahead? Please, can we skip ahead? Like the audience will never know. And you're like, no, we need to do this.
No, but like, yeah, that was a good method though, you know, because like it just demonstrated like it laid bare
like,
suffering.
The fucking movies that we've watched, like, oh my god. Like we really went
Trolls
for like
the start of it, you know.
we went for like Trolls is not the worst thing that we've seen on that series.
Yeah, exactly. And before that, like Trolls, I would be like, yeah, Trolls is the worst movie I've ever seen. Like,
yeah, no, yeah, you've seen fucking Titanic: The Legend Goes On, like.
Would you believe I've seen that movie, but I haven't seen like Casablanca?
Yeah. I think you said that.
Original Titanic, but I've seen Titanic: The Legend Goes On.
You should
Or
watch Titanic.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it's my personal. I just like. There's just something nice about it. I don't know.
I do like it. Yeah, I like the setting of the theater. I like the sanity meter. It's very like obviously inspired by like Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
Clear inspiration. Like with the whole movie theater setup and all that.
I mean, and, like, I know it's cringy to like acknowledge this, but like I feel like the nostalgia critic like played a big role in like the way we assessed those things.
There's no doubt about that. Yeah, there's no doubt that mostly all. Well, okay, not all. A lot of movie commentary on YouTube, like, could not have happened without the nostalgia critic.
Or like AVGN or whoever.
Yeah, like Red Letter Media and like the nostalgia critic are like two of the biggest like influences when it came to like online movie criticism.
And like, you know, I remember hearing the nostalgia critic joke about like why you like this movie, or
Yeah,
like
you're like you don't really understand it. You know, it's like.
Well, he'd be like, this movie is making me feel pain, and I'd be like, okay, like you've told that joke a million times. Like that's so like that's so like you're playing it out or whatever. But then like I actually did what he did, and it was like, oh my god, like
I respect you.
Well, yeah, it wasn't even respect. It was like I fucking get it, you know, because like they really do hurt sometimes. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, when you're like obligated to do it is like part of your. I mean, for us, it was like for them, it's their jobs. For us, it was like a personal challenge.
it was like a mental health issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I have positive feelings about it.
I do too. I really like it.
And just like the selection too. Like I think it just
we had good
just
choices.
so
We had good choices. But it's like I can't bring myself. Again, maybe it's different for me. I can't bring myself to say it's my favorite, but maybe that's because, like, as basically the main, like, producer and, like, editor and director, there's so many other series that I feel more proud of. Like, I feel like, like, the work I put into some of our other series, it just leads to me liking them more. I don't know. It's kind of different, because, like, you know, while you record it, you kind of have a different perspective, because while you like are there for the recordings of the episodes, you're also somewhat a viewer, because you don't see the editing process.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see a lot of like the post-production or like the pre-production with like writing the script. So you miss out on a lot of that, and so it's like you're half a viewer, half a, you know, actor, participator type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like your opinions are more in line with what our general audience thinks.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
And yeah, I mean, look, I like Toasty Movies a lot, and you know, it's probably our most popular series in terms of sheer views.
Yeah.
And like people who like it.
The Garbage Pail Kids movie review is like
our
a classic.
that is our most viewed video, right?
Yeah, I think so, because it's just like, I don't know how it got
that video is really good. That is
Yeah.
that is a good video, I will say.
Because it's just so funny. And like
yeah.
we have the best joke in there. Like the Hey Toots riff that lasted for like 5 minutes was like
no, but it was like 5 minutes in video, 30 minutes in real life. Like just
I
like,
know, like you edited out the stuff that wasn't that funny, but
Yeah.
like the stuff that we kept in, oh my god.
yeah. We had so much good material. Like that movie was just had so much good material. And you know what? I never seen it. Like
Yeah, me
like Food Fight, you know. I obviously saw like the JonTron review. I had like an idea of Food Fight. Like I'd never seen it, but I had an idea of it.
Yeah, I mean, I
Never
had
seen-
seen the Nostalgia Critic review of Garbage Pail Kids.
I'd never even seen a review. I had no idea.
Really?
I had literally zero clue.
I thought that was like a famous bad movie.
It was, and I had heard about it, but I had never seen anything like related to it. I had no idea what the Garbage Pail Kids like looked like. They were gonna be so fugly. You know? Like,
You should have kept it that way, but
yeah, I wish.
Care package
Then
ready.
we
No,
wouldn't-
well,
then
you-
we wouldn't have a great video that way. So
yeah. Well, you know what it was also that like the Nostalgia Critic video on that movie. It's like funny and stuff, and like he like lays out a lot of like basic points and like talks about how terrible it is, but he doesn't like get into the weeds like we did. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
talk about some portions of the movie, like because sometimes he'll just like omit stuff and he'll just concentrate on the funny things. But like we kind of went beyond like
we don't
okay
just
yeah
get into like the little just like physical torture. Why are they so gross?
yeah no
What?
like obviously the part in that movie where it's like
did he ever discuss like the weird sexual like side of that movie?
not really like it was kept pretty like under the rug. Like he just like thought it was a he just sort of explained it as like a part of like an 80s coming of age film. But I think we just kind of went deeper. So
Yeah.
that was cool, I thought.
Yeah, and Nazi Space Christmas, great video. I love all
For sure.
I love all the fake movie titles.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the CEO of Punkus attempts to become poop is like, I think that's our best title. Oh wait, no, actually that's not true.
Diary of Sex Pervert, yeah,
Full Blast is like fantastic.
the best.
I don't know
title.
how you've come up with those, but
I was just like, alright. What's the worst title?
the worst thing, like,
But that also describes the movie, you know?
oh, it does, yeah. All of them like capture the essence of the movie better than the actual titles do.
Yeah. So those are my thoughts. Okay. Also, Titanic. Okay, you know what? You're right. There are a lot of great videos in Toasty Toes, Toasted movies. Who Killed Captain Alex?
Yeah, and that was so.
That is a good movie. I love that movie.
And that was where we were like that was where we like actually talked about what we liked.
Yeah, because it was a good movie.
Exactly. So it was. I thought that was a good change of pace.
Yeah.
Fred 3 is fantastic.
Yeah. There are so many good. Yeah, I think it was just we made a good selection with our movies. I think that's why.
Remember the Canadian television show we did as
That was
much?
so random. Like
Yeah, I know.
Like that was an unplanned episode. I think it replaced another movie that we were gonna do.
It replaced like a Leprechaun fucking movie or whatever.
Oh
but,
yeah. Oh yeah. No, it replaced like Gangster Leprechaun or some shit. Like,
yeah, it was like one of those really stupid Leprechaun sequels. But that was something.
oh yeah,
like
Leprechaun in the Hood.
yeah, something
That was it.
ridiculous.
That was it.
It was like this thing that my friend had showed me, and I just remember thinking it was so awful that I literally couldn't believe it existed. Like I had seen bad things before. Like have you ever seen Henry Danger?
No. I know what it is though.
Terrible show. Like it's just awful. Like none of it is funny.
You know, I always get it confused. Is that the one where there's like the superheroes?
Yes. It's like a Nickelodeon live action show.
Okay, so that Lab Rat ripoff.
Yeah, sort of. And then it's like I watched this thing that came out of Canada, but had like a bunch of like American actors in it that I recognized, and like just I just think like that was something where like it was so overwhelmingly, like it didn't make any sense. So, like I think it just gave us a lot to work with.
Yeah. That was terrible.
So bad, and it just got
made
worse.
no sense.
That was only the first episode, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't watch more.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my thoughts on Toasted movies. Is that everything you have to say?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't remember the other movies we watched.
Let's see. We watched Trolls,
Of course.
Fred 3, Camp Fred. What was third? What was the third movie we watched?
Was it Captain Alex or Titanic?
No, there was a third one that we watched. What was it? Okay, we know there's 10. We know there's 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Trolls, Fred 3, Who Killed Captain Alex? That TV show.
Yeah.
Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, yes, that was Holiday Special. Garbage Pail Kids.
Garbage Pail Kids.
4 more. Titanic.
Holy
What
shit!
are the-
I can't remember.
That's 3 whole video
I
movies.
can't remember. Usually I know. Oh, Jack and Jill.
Oh my god, we watched Jack and Jill. I completely forgot
Yes,
about that.
Jack and Jill.
That was a fever dream.
Citizen Kane,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
which was like more of a joke video, but yeah, Citizen Kane. What was the last one? What was the last one? Oh, Food Fight. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I figured it out. Okay. We got it. Thought I was losing my fucking mind for a second there.
Yeah, I know, because it's like we started out and there were 10 and we could only name like 3.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Red
Yeah. So, let's see. What came next? Next, after the, Toasted Movies era. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. We don't have to get into this now because chronologically it does not occur yet. But after Toasted Movies, we did the end of Toasty Toes and Toasty Toes 2.0.
Yep.
So we could get into those if you want to go in release date order. We can get into those. But since chronologically they don't take place until after Gary's Mod, we can hold off if you want to.
Let's talk about Gary's Mod first.
Okay. So in that case, next up would be the Boof and Dale era. The Boof and Dale era is next.
I mean,
The original Boof and Dale.
yeah, it was just fun to film that. I think it was literally just so fun because GTA is fun as fuck, and we had these like weird personas we had come up with.
Yeah, we were just like Boof and Dale.
Yeah, and I think the premise of 2 idiots trying to become like international super criminals is really funny. So
Yeah, and it's like as we went on, we sort of well, I guess we won't talk about this yet. But like the characters were more fleshed out than other Toasty Toes characters.
yeah,
And like this is something I was thinking about. The humor in Boof and Dale, I don't know what it was, but I was in a different state of mind when like editing it. And maybe it's because GTA is like, you know, we could do more like realistic things with GTA. Like not obviously not super realistic, but like something like, you know, getting in and out of a car, you know, like
like incidental stuff.
Yeah, like small things like that, or like walking, you know, like walking like a human, and not like sprinting forward or something, like a video game character.
Yeah.
And like the world is like a very realistic and detailed world, obviously Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I was just in a different state of mind when editing it, and like the music choice to go with the Nickelodeon 90s SpongeBob music just worked really well. And I didn't... A lot of the humor, not all of it, but a lot of the humor was not as on the nose as previous series.
I think because we were like we were playing these characters, we got to be more subtle about stuff, and we also like I think because it just felt like we were like it was more immersive, so we could just act more like not ourselves, but we could act more natural about stuff.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's still aspect of ourselves in Boovendale, but it's and also the way the way I edited it.
Enemy care package incoming.
Sometimes we'll say a joke, and then we'll laugh at our own joke.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I decided to cut those parts out from Boofendale.
Yeah, because it just it just
It's
it just
like,
kind of messes up with it messes with the immersion, really.
yeah, it drew too much attention to the fact that we were playing characters, I think.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So and because of that, humor was, I mean, it's not highbrow humor or anything, but it's a little more subtle than other Toasty Toes things,
Yeah,
And like a lot of the humor comes from like the scenarios that Boofendale are in and how they got into those scenarios.
right.
And,
yeah,
yeah. Like one of the only, I can't remember a lot of jokes from the first like original Boofendale, except for one I do remember is where they need like a big heist, we gotta have a big heist if we're gonna be criminals,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's like, all right, what do we do? It's like, all right, what if we went and we stole a plane, and then we can't steal the plane? So it's like, all right, I'm gonna buy a plane, we'll steal it and resell it. It's like, so like they're so like
so ridiculously incompetent. Yeah,
but they don't realize it,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And what we sort of capitalized. I mean, we didn't capitalize on this until like the later season, like Boofendale Return and like Boofendale the movie and shit. Was that Boof was kind of Boof was very manipulative of Dale, and he was like not a good friend, and like almost all the bad situations that Dale ever got in were Boof's fault. Like,
Right.
Boof was just totally like sociopathic almost,
Yeah, Boof was like a really like he seemed very what's the word for it? Like kind of like he was kind of a gangster sort of. Or not even a gangster. He was just like a
Well, Boof was more involved. Boof was more of a criminal than Dale.
Yeah,
Like,
Dale was just kind of a dude,
Well, Dale was just his friend from college
Yeah, exactly.
that he
And
moved in with, that he
Yeah.
had no place to go.
And he's like, now we have to start a criminal empire.
Yeah. And it's like, we have to start a... Yeah, he was like, the only way I would stop drinking is if I had money. And he doesn't, he's obviously still going to be an alcoholic when he's rich. And Dale doesn't understand that. And it's like, Dale is a bit naive.
Yeah, Dale's just kind of a dumbass in many ways.
He's not like an idiot, but he's naive, and he doesn't understand things. And
Right.
It's really easy for Boof to manipulate him. And it's like, Boof is very vain. He dresses really eccentrically.
Yeah.
So yeah, and their relationship is like, there was a bit more to it,
Care package ready for
like in the sense that Boof just wasn't actually a good friend,
for your mark.
It was like David Bowie paired with Dwight Schrute.
What the hell? But
Okay, maybe that was a terrible take, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
I
Those were
kind
just
of see it, but
Those are just two names that popped into my head.
yeah. Why David Bowie? Just because like he's eccentric? I wouldn't call David Bowie like,
Energy, really, though. So
I wouldn't call David
Not
Bowie
that-
like vain.
yeah, okay, you're probably right about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
Um,
Boof is an asshole. Dale is too naive to realize that he's being manipulated by Boof. Like in Boof and Dale the movie, Dale makes it clear to Boof several times that he is not comfortable with going out for Christmas and that he does not want to do it. So Boof gets him high in order to convince him to do it. Like, Boof is literally an asshole. So there's a bit more layers to like their relationship.
Also, just like like GTA Online just allows for so many like yeah, it's more realistic, but it also offers like these really funny moments of like where we can just do improv and stuff. Like for example, the Batmobile was just like
That just happened. Well, even better than the Batmobile is like when we're in the store, you know?
oh for sure, yeah, yeah,
It's just like there's like a character, you know?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Like when that guy was on like a golf cart in the middle of the freeway, like when he,
What do you want?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
and we can treat it like it's real life because it's so realistic. But there are these ridiculous things happening all the time,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I see what you mean. Like they break sort of the realism,
Yeah.
and so it makes it more impactful.
But
like,
it's still like a
what?
realistic looking golf cart and like a realistic looking Batmobile,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And like you can get run over and like get your shit kicked in.
Yeah.
And it's just like you can just play it for laughs.
Yeah. Except for Boofendale the movie, which was intentionally like over the top and less realistic.
Yeah.
That was obviously intentional. So yeah. Oh, I actually won.
Your work is appreciated. Well done.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
You want to do
Oh
a different
yeah.
map? Or wait, you want to keep the same map?
Sure. Let's do another round.
Make it like longer this time.
I literally had it on max,
Oh, okay.
so. We can just do. Do you want to do like we can use guns now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
No,
'Cause
that was-
clearly I'm better at knifing, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's just like I feel like knifing is just like you have to have an instinct for it.
I used to knife a lot on Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
I was a
Team deathmatch.
I used to go into gun game and knife. That was like my thing. I was one of those people. If you play Black Ops 2, you know what I'm talking about.
Do you remember the whole thing around squeakers in video games?
Oh my fuck, Sam. How could you say that to me? I never wanted to think about that era.
Squeakers.
Squeaker gets fucked in the ass on Minecraft.
Imagine reducing like children to like this really like fucked
It
up.
was like, dude, it's like Boomer, but for children.
Yeah, it is.
I never realized that.
Okay, Squeaker. Like,
Okay, Squeaker. Get trolled, Squeaker.
oh my god. And then like all the thumbnails, they would either be literal babies.
Yeah, or like that one kid, the one kid who's like screaming. He's like,
He's like screaming in like this really like exaggerated way that
yeah,
like
he has like buck teeth. He's like, ah.
they're like or like they're like nerd kids and they have like glasses, you know?
Yeah, they're getting like punched in the face.
No, it was so
No,
fucked
the
up. It was
titles are like the titles are like bullying kids.
bully. Yeah, but it was okay because you called them squeakers. Like
It was literally bullying, but yeah. What a time.
yeah, and there were entire channels just dedicated to bullying 5-year-olds. And they would get like millions of views as if that was like a normal thing to make money off of.
I remember, this is a really, like, deep memory. I don't know why I'm gonna even say this. There was like I was watching, when I was on vacation, to see my, grandparents. It was like around the time I was getting into Minecraft, like, Let's Play videos, and I brought my Minecraft, I brought my, computer, and I was looking at videos of, like, trolling. And there was horrible, like I was watching it on mute because the channel I was watching was like really vulgar. Like
Yeah.
they would say like horrible shit, like
Yeah.
really vulgar. Except they did the thing where it's like subtitled, you know? Like when somebody
Yeah.
says something, there'll be like text on screen.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know those, yeah.
Yeah. And like my grandpa came over, who was like a World War II
you
vet,
doing,
and he was like, "What you doing there? What you watching?" And then it was like right on a part where it was like, guy was like, "Oh fuck, I'm about to get," or like some shit, and I was
Some awful, like, despicable shit, yeah.
yeah, and he was like, "I'm about to this baby," and then my grandpa looked at me, he was just like, "What? What?"
He was like, he had stormed the beaches of Normandy, and now he was like looking at the word squeaker in a YouTube thumbnail, and he's like, what the fuck is that?
No, and it's like, and then he went and watched like Schindler's List or something.
Watched like a really serious, yeah.
Yeah, like Schindler's List was on the TV when he was talking to me. I remember this so vividly.
That's so messed up.
Yeah.
If I were that,
I had no
would
idea
never-
it was coming. I was just like,
Sorry.
It was like when the kids like gets caught watching porn. Like that's what it felt like. I was like, no.
I mean, it's honestly worse than porn. Like, it's just so, it's like morally unjustifiable.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't exist as content anymore.
Video probably still exists somewhere.
But we just got wildly off track.
Yeah, that was so fucking random. Back to what we were saying. So after during the Boofendale era, okay, final thoughts on Boofendale. I would put it as one of my favorite series we've ever done.
Yeah, I think it's really unique among the videos we've like done because it's like we're playing characters that aren't ourselves.
Yeah, I would say it's my second favorite series.
And what's your favorite?
Gary's Mod, but we're gonna get to that.
Right, okay.
Enemy UAV spotted.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I basically just agree with you. Like, I think it was nice to have an opportunity to, like we were doing, like, a lot of the stuff we had, like, worked on before, but this time we were trying to be these people we had come up with.
Yeah, I think it's our best improv we've ever done.
Oh, for sure. Like, it doesn't even feel like improv at times. Like, it feels like
it feels scripted, like, at times.
Yeah.
It's not. It's really not.
Joke where you're, like, dressed like that. Like,
Oh, yeah, just like that. Yeah. And Boofendale Return and Boofendale the Movie are, like, great two-parters, you know?
yeah.
Or, like, great, like, special episodes, because they're not really connected.
These motherfuckers, like, come on.
Oh, yeah, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
That was a
Yeah.
good one.
That whole montage is great.
Yeah.
The final scene, I mean, mwah, mwah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay, so what was coming out during the, era of Boofendale was,
Arcade?
I believe it was a particular program called Normal Shack. Not too familiar with that one.
Oh yeah, Normal Shack. I remember Normal Shack.
No,
Wait, that was also one where we played characters.
yeah, Normal Shack. And here's the deal with Normal Shack. It was in many ways, and I don't think we realized. Yeah, booty cheeks. I don't think we realized we were doing this. I literally think it went over our own heads. But we were kind of being like, in a way, a self-parody type thing, you know? Like, it's very like, it's like the most, they seem like, you know, like Girthcock, Brochest, Squeezemeister.
Okay, the names are pretty great. The names are not booty cheeks.
No, it's like they seem like characters that could exist in, you know, that like they seem like Toasty Toes characters, like, you know, Boof and Dale, Girthcock and Brochest, you know, but they're so exaggerated, and it's like the things we get up to, and like we acknowledge, we make jokes about the fact that Sam C does like the same voice every time. Like, it's very like it's like meta. It's like very meta. It's weird.
Yeah.
And it's like the plot, we're like, okay, how weird can we get with this plot? All right, it's a sitcom, but there's a subplot about ISIS invading.
That was the subplot, though. That was the plot. Like, it was a sitcom for 5 seconds,
No,
and then it turned into...
the main plot was about getting me a girl.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And then there was the Titanic, too. That
Yeah.
was a mess to film.
Yeah, it really was.
Because the Titanic kept sinking, and, like, Roblox is just so ass.
That game is ass. Fuck that game.
Yeah, I don't like Roblox.
It was like, pay $200 to fucking use this elevator. Like,
like,
yeah.
to not look like a cube.
And the last episode, we just gave up. We were like, you know what? It's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm glad we did it, and I'm glad it happened.
I am too. I don't
Yeah.
regret. I do not regret any like series that we've done. Any video really. I don't think I regret.
Yeah.
I think I'm generally happy with every video, although there are some that I, like more than others.
Yeah, for sure.
Like-
for sure.
like,
Normal Shack is not in the same league as, like,
Yeah.
Area Sex Pervert Full Blast.
No, Normal Shack will never be in the same league as, like, it's our worst series. But, it's our worst series, but that's relative,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's still better than the Annoying Orange.
yeah, I think there's more self-awareness to Normal Shack.
Yeah. So it's different than our other, like,
Up Annoying Orange so randomly, where it's like, it's just, like, the actor has not thought about Annoying Orange for years, and it's like, yeah, sorry. go
every
ahead.
once in a while we just bring up Annoying Orange. In 40 years, no one will remember Annoying Orange.
He still makes content.
Why? Stop.
There are like a couple 100,000
Two
like,
views.
there are squeakers who be watching Annoying Orange, dude.
Squeakers.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
Orange reacts to TikTok trends or something.
Ew.
I know.
Now you've immortalized TikTok. Now I'm gonna remember TikTok for the rest of my life.
wait, you were gonna remember Annoying Orange for the rest of your life?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's implanted in your memory.
Yeah, there's no escaping that.
My favorite Annoying Orange was Grandpa Lemon.
You mean Sam C?
Yeah, no, because it was like Sam C watched that video once when he was 8. He was like, every time I'm gonna do a funny voice, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
Grandpa Lemon from the Orange YouTube series. What's that orange? Like,
Grapefruit. Do you remember him?
yeah, wait. Like,
Yeah, I'm a straight ripoff of a South Park character.
it was worse than South Park. And then Passion Fruit's whole thing. Her whole thing was, I'm like a woman.
It was like Marshmallow's whole thing was that she was fucking annoying.
I thought Marshmallow was a he.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, he never revealed the gender. That was the whole deal.
Well,
Um,
and then Tobuscus had that rape allegation, and then,
UAV recon standing
I,
by.
I. Also, I'm pretty sure, like, wasn't that proven false?
I think so, but, a rape allegation is a rape allegation. Like,
And
Not
I
gonna
think
work.
at the
yeah.
pretty, it seemed pretty credible. So he still makes content.
Yeah.
Amen.
Anyway, enough about the Annoying Orange. So, are those your overall thoughts on Normal Shack?
I mean, it's just like a series. Like it's
Yeah.
fun to watch, honestly. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
And
what it is.
also, recording, like, Roblox, like, it, for some reason, and I don't know why, like, it didn't work with any of my recording software.
I think most of the issues that can be had with that, it could just be chalked up to the fact that Roblox sucks.
Yeah.
Roblox is just not a good game.
And the fact that we gave Sam C too much control. Like, that...
Well, did Samsy come up with like how did we come up with?
He came up with like the entire concept. Well, not the entire concept. I worked with him on the concept, but like
Well,
it was his idea to even do a Roblox thing. Like he really
That's
wanted
true.
to do it.
I think because he overestimated how much we could do without like paying for whatever the fuck they have.
Well,
the
he also wanted something that he could play from the toilet on his phone.
yeah, while he was like taking a dookie. Oh fuck, that always happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad.
I don't fucking care, my guy.
That's almost better than did I ask? I don't fucking care, my guy.
So after that was the start. Actually, I think Gary's Mod started around that time. But also Gary's Mod is a little weird because the first like Gary's Mod was originally not gonna be what it was. Like we were gonna do Gary's Mod, and then we were also gonna do like Trouble in Terrace Town videos, you know.
Oh yeah, but Trouble in Terrace Town, didn't that like fall apart completely?
Well, we did the rap video, you know.
You're right.
That was pretty fun. Those are just bonus videos. And it's like, we did the first 2 episodes of Gary's Mod, and then we did a break. And then
Yeah.
episode 3 is where it really, like, picked up, you know?
Yeah, it was no longer Suck My Butt, Trouble on Terrorist.
Yeah, that's another good title.
Yeah.
And no, it was, that was like, the Toasty Toes make a movie.
Yeah.
Where we
yeah,
find
it was.
we find the script for Chimp Out in the sewer, and we decide to pursue it. And that's where like the Gary's Mod format really kicked off. So you know, I'm just gonna say personally that Gary's Mod is 100% my favorite series, and it's the series that I am the most proud of.
That makes a lot of sense. It's great. I really like it too.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on it, or like you know, the production, or like the episodes
It was
themselves?
fun to produce. It wasn't too like I didn't feel like I was on a movie set. Like I still felt like I was playing like a game with my friends.
Yeah.
The outcome is like it's like it's surprisingly engaging for like what it is. Like just with the music added and like the sets we have.
Yeah.
Like I'm like following like you follow along with what's happening in these videos.
Yeah, like the plot is like a plot.
Yeah.
More of a plot than like, you know, previous. Because it's like, you know, literally every episode interconnects.
Yeah, exactly. So oh fuck.
What the fuck was that? Oh yeah, I'm watching this kill cam. What the shit? You shot me in the dick. Squeaker.
Yo, squeaker. I'm 55 years old. How am I a squeaker?
Squeaker. This makes me think of like Toy Story 2, you know?
Honestly, squeakers were the ones who said squeaker most often.
Yeah, it's true. Kid. Shut
Like
up, kid.
squeakers came up with the concept of being a squeaker.
Yeah. So, back to Gary's Mod.
sorry.
You keep bringing up squeakers.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Gary's Mod and just like how much work really all of us put in. I mean, I put in a ton of work into that series, but
Right.
we all put in a lot of work. I mean,
Well, like Sam C and I invested time in doing
yeah.
stuff.
Well,
but-
like filming those episodes was fun, but I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, filming those episodes was not easy. It was no walk in the park.
yeah, that's true.
Like coordinating, coordinating shots, you know, like.
Oh
like,
god, yeah, no, the fucking Enterprise shots
Yeah.
with like specific planets had to be in view and stuff. That was like pretty difficult, but
Yeah. But I just love season 2 might be my favorite season. Cause I really liked how there was like just enough plot and like also the concept behind it. Like, you know, the Toasty Toes go to space. And it's like, hey, that's the twist, is that the whole season is set in space. You know?
yeah.
And it's like we were able to do like all these cool sci-fi like shenanigans.
Yeah, and that just like opened up like a bunch of new territories too, because it's like
Yeah. There's new possibilities to do with the
rich
story.
genre. Yeah.
Like we can explore sci-fi and like one of the things that I really wanted to do with Gary's Mod was build up the editor as being
Yeah.
you know, because he obviously was a major villain, but I was like, we could really use, because Gary's Mod is a prequel to the end of Toasty Toes, could really use spend a lot of time building him up, you know, like a Thanos type of situation.
Yeah.
And I think it helped. I think it really helped him be more impactful of a villain. Like, he was, like, behind the scenes, pulling the strings. Very Palpatine-esque.
Yeah.
And it was all part of his plan and all that, you know? So I was proud of what we did with that. And just, like, the sci-fi angle, you know? Like, I just really liked... Like, the first season is really fun. And there are a lot of great episodes, like, set on Earth. Like, the high school episode.
I was just about to mention that one, like
Yeah.
the health class.
Yeah.
Because that's so close to our experience in real life, you know? Like, that's
Yeah.
just so easy to do something on.
Yeah, just to make
And,
fun
like-
of fucking these bitch LA teachers.
Damn. And what was I gonna say? Also, like the rant that Sam C goes on
Oh yeah, yeah.
in the
Santa
fucking
episode.
Santa episode. Like, I mean, that's like one of the best moments in the channel.
Yeah.
Just the entire, like, the totally impromptu, like,
no reason
just-
for him to do that. He just like
the roast of this one type of YouTuber that exists.
that whole
like, for,
video
like,
is a
years.
roast of that type of YouTuber.
Yeah.
It's like the agency considers commentary YouTubers to be like a class 7 threat, you know?
Yeah. It's pretty effective commentary.
Yeah.
Commentators.
Wow, that's it's almost like commentary in and of itself.
UAV recon standing by.
So yeah,
UAV recon
there are a lot of
trying
great.
to fill the word count on an essay.
Yes. There are a lot of great Earth like episodes set on Earth.
UAV recon ready for
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like if we didn't have those episodes set on Earth, like literally an entire season set on Earth,
If
then
we
like
didn't set it up, it would have been weird.
yeah, like the like going to space was like it had more impact that way.
Yeah.
And it's also there's just so much variety to those episodes, and I think the plot was just right, like in season 2, like the whole anonymous arc, you know, like and like the whole Vinny resurrection thing where we had to bring Vinny back. Like there were so many threads, but it wasn't too much. Like it just worked. I felt.
Yeah.
I felt it worked the best narratively. Narratively, Gary's Mod I think works the best out of. It's our best narrative, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Just in terms of like a plot with a sequence of events.
And Gmod allows us to do sci-fi.
It did. Gary's Mod opened up the door for so
Yeah.
many possibilities. And when we filmed the end of Toasty Toes, that was going to be the only Gmod. And then I remember talking with you, and it's like, dude,
UAV recon
Gary's
There's
Mod
so much
just,
more to
yeah,
do.
it's like Gary's Mod just has so many possibilities.
recon standing by.
Well, it's a great game. I love Gary's Mod.
Yeah, it really is a great game.
Because it lets us do things like Peter Griffin, and then it lets us put Peter Griffin on like a Starfleet base.
Yeah,
You know?
It's just we can literally do, and this is my opinion on it. Is that Gary's Mod is the embodiment of what we wanted when we wrote those original Toasty Toes scripts.
UAV recon standing
Yeah.
Gary's Mod is the embodiment of what we wanted it to be. Like a full
Yeah, exactly.
series with 3 seasons and tons of episodes. Like
Yeah,
it's-
no, for real.
It's really the full embodiment of that.
Yeah, and it lets us. It's like, it lets us do stuff that's cool in ways that even GTA.
Yeah, like,
Like-
you can't have spaceship battles in GTA. You can't have like giant portals opening, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I wish, but
Yeah.
Um,
So,
yeah. So I would agree that that's also a really strong entry. That
Yeah.
might be my second favorite series.
yeah, and it's just like we worked so hard on like the narrative for that, and like, making it tie in perfectly with the end of Toasty Toes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like having all these characters, and it was also maybe this is just a thing for me as a writer, but like one of the things I wanted to experiment with Gary's Mod was like the idea of the reoccurring location.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to experiment with that, and I was like, how does can having a reoccurring location affect a narrative? Because it's like when we spend an entire season where every episode begins in Vinny's apartment, practically an entire season where every episode begins in Vinny's apartment, and usually sometimes ends in Vinny's apartment.
Yeah.
And then we have a season in space.
counter UAV
In the
standing
final
by.
episode of the I think it was in like probably in season 3, when we return to Vinny's apartment, it has a like we're home effect, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. For real.
And like
Because it's been set up.
yeah, and like every season of Gary's Mod has the recurring location that the audience knows this is a safe haven type of thing, you know? Like
Yeah. Exactly.
Like first it was the apartment, then it was just mainly the Magic Bunyan, like the ship, but to some extent Space Fleet HQ to some extent.
Yeah.
But mostly our ship, like our ship and our crew.
Ready to jam enemy
And then
UAV.
it was the, sort of as a contrast, the slave ship in the final season, which was obviously, like, you know, not a good place to be. Like, that was like a more foreboding and, you know, sinister location to be our reoccurring location. So that was just, I don't know if anybody cares about that but me.
Ready to jam
Like,
enemy UAV.
that's just
No,
something,
like I think it makes a difference on the level of, on like a story level.
that's just like something weird that I was like, I really want to experiment with the idea of this, you know? And it came from the idea, it came from Binky's Trap House. And it's like, it came from the idea that it's like Binky's Trap House, in terms of our channel, is like an iconic image. Like in the scheme of our channel. Like,
Yeah.
Binky's Trap House is like an iconic location, you know? And it's like in the end of Toasty, and I mean not end of Toasty Toes, Toasty Toes 2.0, when we're in the Earth B, and it's the alternate dimension, and Binky's Trap House is in the end. But it's a 1-to-1 replica.
Counter UAV
It's like,
standing by.
like I just know the shape of Binky's Trap House. Like I can picture it perfectly. I don't know. That inspired me, and I was like, I want to experiment with this in Gary's mod. So we did. And yeah, I'm the most proud of our narrative in Gary's mod. I think it's our best narrative work ever, like of the Toasty Toes. Maybe like, I mean, I do really like the original series, but like definitely on the channel,
Counter UAV
our best
standing
narrative
by.
work.
Repeat.
And I put so much effort into editing those, and like directing them and writing them. It's just I'm the most proud of those videos.
Yeah. Yeah, I could totally see that. I understand why. Yeah, I mean, it's a great series. I'm not sure if I have anything more to add, but
Are you ever gonna get one of these care packages?
no. Yeah, no, I'm not.
Why do you even bother at this point? Yeah. So those are my overall thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I agree with what you said. Like, it's,
Counter UAV
I think it works as like a narrative project. I think it's like the best story we've told, definitely.
Yeah.
And I just love the scope of it. Like, it's just,
yeah.
like, I just think that's what this channel was meant to do, and I think Gmod let us do it.
It might be our peak of terms of Toasty Toes, like, narrative, like, it might be at the peak, you know?
Just the storytelling, yeah.
And there's just so many simple things, like, you know, we have a crew in our ship, you know? It's like, and it's like,
Yeah, they're like
they're all the
specific
characters.
devices, yeah.
Yeah.
Counter UAV standing by.
All of our we have, like, you know, Soho, and, like, all the side characters, you know? Soho, Samantha, Doug, Picard. Like, that's like our, it's like our, you know, it's our posse, you know?
Yeah, we had a real cast there.
It's our gang.
Counter UAV standing by.
So yeah, really like that series, like a lot. But something that was coming out at the same time as Gary's mod, to balance it out, was Toasty Toes Arcade. Because as we said earlier, you know, you need something to balance the narrative.
Yeah.
Counter UAV
So
standing
what
by.
are your opinions on that?
Counter UAV standing by.
I also really, I like Toasty Toes Arcade. It was nice to have something casual.
Definitely.
The Jeopardy episode, in particular, I thought was really good.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know, there's just something about old video games and like, it's funny because like no one is that invested in them because they're not as like advanced as like what you can play now.
Yeah.
So it's like if
They
you get
feel
really
more like
invested in
they
it.
feel more like a game,
It's
you know?
Yeah, it's like we're playing a board game, but it's so there's something funny about like the weight we're putting into it,
UAV standing
I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
But
Oh, we lost that fucking whole. We placed like that one bet that lost us the game, you know?
yeah, exactly. Like it's like stuff like that. Like I feel like the series is set up and so like it like sets us up to make decisions that like could fuck us over in the short term and provide like a lot of like Like it's just like a funny thing where like you can get really pissed off about it, you know?
Yeah.
And like we just get to be like AVGN or whatever. It's like it's reminiscent of that at least.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely reminiscent of like a Game Grumps style thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But except a little bit different because they're edited more, so they're a little bit snappier in terms of like the humor. They're a bit faster paced.
And I think they're like the games are curated to like appeal to what we're like about, I guess.
Yeah, like the Scooby-Doo series, 3-parter.
Yeah, the Scooby-Doo was pretty great. Because we just did a bunch of like Scooby-Doo voices, you know?
Yeah, it's just like literally it was just like a vessel to talk about Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Which is because like as we said, it was like more casual. And it is like, yeah, it is technically like there's a little bit of a narrative going on, but it's not overbearing. It's only like at the beginning to like set up why the series is happening and like why we're playing so many games. It's not even us, you know, as it turns out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just nice to have that kind of series where it's just like we can just be ourselves. So I really like it. And it's very like, this is a weird thing to say about our YouTube channel, but I feel like they're bingeable.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Gary's Mod is like, I feel like it could be bingeable, but it's also like a sort of like it's more of a like a series, and it's like you have to pay attention. So I just think it's more taxing on the viewer.
You do have to pay attention a little bit in Gary's Mod. I do
but
agree.
arcade is like you can just sit back and like do whatever you want to the sound of like us talking about Scooby-Doo or whatever.
Yeah, you can probably listen to Toasty Toes Arcade.
Yeah, like there is some amount of plot there, definitely. But
Well, there's some amount of like you have to like, you know, it's probably better if you watch it, but you can listen to it because it's like a lot of it is just us talking and being ourselves.
yeah, exactly.
And it's more than just commentary on the game. You know, it's like we're doing a Scooby-Doo game, but we're doing commentary on Scooby-Doo in general.
Yeah, because it's always going to bring us to other topics.
Yeah. So I do really like Toast, and it's like every video is the same length, and they're very like every thumbnail is very similar, like literally just like the text is changed, and the picture, but it's always Gabe Newell in every thumbnail. So I feel like it's like Toasty Toes. It's like Toasty Toes popcorn.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, that's an apt comparison.
It's like there's like a lot of them. There's like a lot of episodes, and they're all around the same length. They're a little bit shorter. They're all like very similar in style and tone and all that, you know. And
Yeah.
you just show it. You watch it for a few. You watch it for like, you know, a funny game and a few jokes, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like a game you've never heard of too.
Yeah, we play some weird ass games. Like we started off by playing more like well-known games, and then we were just like, let's play Wacky Worlds, you know?
Yeah, like the crux of it is like the Monster House it's like Monster House on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. Well, it's like games that, well, I'm sure somebody played that, but it's like, who the fuck has any memories of like fucking
What was that weird fish game we played?
the Fish Files? Like who has
Fish Files.
Who has any
What
memory
is
of
that?
I still
no
don't
one-
know. We never figured out how to play the game. We was just like, why are we here? Like, what?
Yeah, it was so strange. I don't know how you picked that. How did you pick that?
I just found it. I was just like, let's play this. It looks funny.
The Fish Files. Holy shit. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like Technocop. Like who the fuck
Wait.
played Technocop?
Was Technocop the fighting game we played?
No, that was oh fuck, what was that? That was a fun game.
It was. It like didn't make any sense, but
Bio
it didn't make any
Freaks.
fucking-
Bio Freaks.
Bio Freaks. Yeah, that was good. That was also good.
That was like our style though, you know.
Yeah.
Bio
like
Freaks.
we
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic like freakishness. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. So yeah, big stan of Toast Toes Arcade. I'll see myself out. That
You just kept doing the voice when you said, "I'll see myself out." That was part of why you needed to see yourself out, and you kept doing it.
All right. Okay. So yeah, jumping around a bit. Okay, so I guess we'll talk about the end of Toasty Toes last. You want to get meta, Sam? You want to get meta? You want to talk about Toasty Toes Uncut?
Yeah.
Get meta with me, Sam.
It's solid. I mean, it's just us talking long form.
Yeah.
It's just like a conversation that we're having. At like
Toasty Toes Uncut is essential viewing for any Toasty Toes fan who takes themselves seriously. I mean,
to be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to appreciate Toasty Toes Uncut.
I mean, let's just be real with ourselves. There are two types of people in this world: those who sit through the whole uncut, and those who watch the first 5 minutes.
And decide boring as fucking leave.
Yeah.
Repeat. UAV recon standing
Some of
by.
the
yeah,
best, like, yeah.
I think we get up to good conversations. In this
Uncut
video.
has a weirdly large audience. Like, there are people who like, there are some people who like are mainly Uncut fans.
That's weird.
Like, isn't that weird?
Well,
Like,
I think maybe
we
because,
talked
like-
to those people. The first interview we ever did was about Toasty Toes Uncut.
Wait a minute, what?
Remember when we did that interview for our school?
Wait, what?
Do you remember that? Where I called
No.
you because you were out of state at the time, so I called you.
But wasn't that about cryptids?
What?
What? Wasn't that about something else?
No, the only reason the people wanted to talk to us was because, all right, this is for the audience. I don't think the audience knows about this. You're probably forgetting, Sam.
I remember what you're talking about, but I don't remember like.
They watched the Toasty Toes Uncut, the one where we talked about the horror. The one where we talked about the Cult of Drum.
Yeah.
Like, somebody listened to it and like shared it with their friends, and
Was it Jason at the school newspaper?
it was like that. Who's that? I think it might have been Jason, but anyway.
Recon ready for the
It was if I'm not mistaken.
Sam, you could say that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
UAV recon standing by.
Fucking like there was like the whole like newspaper like had been listening to Uncut apparently, and they wanted to do a story on the Cult of Drum. So they literally brought me in to do an interview, and I called you on the phone, and you had to recite the story of the Cult of Drum. Do you
And I ended up talking for like 5 minutes straight.
remember? Longer
for no-
than that. You're rambling.
That's a ramble. I think I was on like amphetamines that day.
You were in the car.
I was in the car. I was like driving.
No, you weren't.
No, I mean I didn't mean that I was driving the car. It meant that we were like on our way back somewhere. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was next to like my mom, and
Yeah. I feel like you were just nervous too.
well, it was so fucking weird.
Like that was the first time. That marks the first time that I met people who were fans of the Toasty Toes that I didn't know.
Yeah, well, you know what? The reason
Well,
I
like,
didn't remember
yeah,
it as a Toasty Toes thing was because I talked about that one story.
Yeah. It was weird. It was definitely a weird experience. But yeah, the point is that Uncut has like a weirdly like large fan base for some reason. I don't know why. I guess people just like podcasts. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's us that are in a natural, and also like if someone has like known us, then and it's like they don't talk to us anymore. It's like they can get like they can sort of catch up with what we're doing now in some way.
True, but I doubt anyone cares.
Fuck 12.
Factual.
That wasn't relevant in any way. I just felt like,
Factual.
like the accent was like fuck 12.
12. Factual.
It's so good.
Yeah. I don't know how I can do it.
UAV
Sam, why are you laughing like that? You sound like a squeaker.
recon standing by.
SpongeBob ass. No, you know what? I feel like you could come up with a name for like the people who would bully those kids. Like I feel like you could call them like
Losers.
well, you could call them like yeah, losers or like maybe even grunters maybe, but like it's just like Like they had like that weird voice where it's like, no, I'm not gonna, dude, I'm not gonna put
Yeah,
lava
they do
on
talk
your
like
house."
that.
Like, why would you think that?
Commentary
No.
channels.
It's like they have that like weird like scammer way of talking where like they
Yeah.
just
Lie to your face.
there's just something slimy about it. Like it's like they're a
Slimy.
Yeah.
Called Slimers. Yeah.
Slimers and squeakers. Oh my god. Hey, you fuck with the Slimers, bro.
Hey Toots, you ever been with slime?
You should George Lucas. Hey Toots, you ever been with human slime? You should George Lucas it into our Garbage Pail Kids video.
Literally impossible, but okay.
Literally impossible. What if George Lucas? Like, what if you're like at a meeting with George Lucas circa like 2001, and you're like working on Attack of the Clones, and you're like, I think we should cut the scene about sand. I just don't think it's
literally
necessary.
impossible.
Yeah, he just goes, "Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I hope you fucking slip on ice and die."
I can't do that.
Like, I can't do that.
No, but
You
you know,
just
nobody did that in the prequels. Like that was the whole issue.
Exactly. They're like, "Yes, sir."
Yeah, like that was the whole issue with that with the prequels was that, or like not the whole issue, but the source of the issue was that nobody told George Lucas no, because everyone thought that he was a genius. They were like, I mean, he made Star Wars. Like
Yeah,
he
exactly.
probably knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So all yes men. Okay, so let's see.
Like he'd be like, "Choke." A bit on your downfall.
Yeah, he just starts force choking them. Like,
Yeah, exactly. You have to pretend you're choking.
get them out of here. Get them out.
Yeah.
So what's another series that we've done? Is that every series?
I think it might.
I mean, not counting like bonus videos. That's everything, right?
Show us what you wanted.
Yeah, I think that's it. So wait, we've only played. We
Okay,
played like a.
Not counting end of Toasty Toes and shit. We're gonna get to that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Do you want to get to that now?
Yeah, let's do that because I think that's
All right. So the end of Toasty Toes and Toasty Toes 2.0. Whoa! Explosions.
Oh, say can you see?
So what are your thoughts?
I mean I sound repetitive, but like I fuck with the vision. I like the
vision.
action. I like the action in the end of Toasty Toes, and wait, what was the other one?
Toasty Toes 2.0.
Yes, Toasty Toes 2.0. I like what sticks out to me is that battle scene.
Which one?
Oh, like the one where it's like all those people. Like it was the biggest one I think we've ever done.
Oh, like the final battle at the end of Toasty Toes, where it was like Area 51 is raided.
Yeah, and there's like a speech that like
Yeah.
I was like I had to give, and you just put an image of Ben Shapiro over it because my voice was just like so hoarse that I ended up sounding. I was just nasally as fuck.
You
That
sounded
day.
like Ben Shapiro, yeah. I can't believe
All right, everyone. Like
during the end of Toasty Toes, I was sick.
wait,
like-
you were?
I was sick. And like there's like one scene where my voice cracks. It's because I was literally sick. And I was like, oh fuck, today of all days. Like I knew this was gonna happen. Something was gonna happen. Yeah, there was like you had your big speech, Obama. I feel like the end of Toasty Toes is really it's really enhanced if you because if you go back and you after seeing Gary's Mod seasons 1 through 3,
Yeah.
it really enhances the end of Toasty Toes. So like I definitely recommend watching that after you've seen the full story, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It really does make it better. Like every character is set up, Obama's set up, Sam C is set up.
Obama is a character. Sam, I just want to say, as like a side note,
Yeah.
I know we talk about. I cannot believe that Donald Trump isn't a character on this.
I
channel.
know. I feel like we talk about him enough that he doesn't need to be.
That's true. That's true. But he sort of like becomes Siler in a way where it's like we've created a different Donald Trump. Yeah, like he's even more like. I feel like in our heads, Donald Trump is like comically overweight and like. Well, he is overweight.
He is comically overweight, Sam.
Yeah, but like he's like even like everything about him is just like exaggerated to the point where it's like a different person kind of.
Sam, I challenge you to try and find me. I don't think you can.
Oh really?
Yeah.
See about that.
All right, try to look for me while you're talking. I bet you won't. I bet your life that you won't.
I bet your life. No, okay, that reminds me of a thing that. Have you ever seen that clip of Donald Trump where he's like saying like
Yeah.
no okay it's like he's talking about how someone wanted him to do something.
I literally cannot believe that you just went right by me, but yeah. Continue. Don't stop talking. Like you're gonna make it boring. You're gonna make it boring.
We're not talking. We're not boring. Wait, are we?
Yeah, we are.
I don't know what's going. Where are you? I thought I would find you by now.
I told you you can't.
You can't find me.
Yeah,
Well,
Donald Trump. We made so many jokes about Donald Trump.
No, but Sam. Okay. So he's like talking about making a deal with this company. This is like at a rally, right? And it's like with Boeing or something. And they're like, Mr. Trump, we're gonna buy the military.
Mr. Trump.
Yay! We're gonna buy this this plane from Boeing for the military at like 7 million or something. And he's like, and I said, you bet, like, he was like, I bet your ass that you're not gonna, or he was like 7 million your ass, cause I don't talk about my ass.
What the fuck is he on about?
No,
it made no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. But like, I guess the thing is like, instead of referring to his ass, he talks about other people's asses.
Okay, Trump.
Whoa, buddy, it's pretty quirky.
That's quirky, bro. Damn,
it was
bro.
just,
what if Trump came on stage one day and you was like, "Yeah, guys, I'm pretty quirky. I'm kind of a quirky little potato." Potato.
Yeah, Trump's a kin. Trump kins like the Lorax from he fucking. I don't know what I'm on about. He kins the Once-ler from the Lorax.
What the fuck is kins?
You don't know kinning?
No.
All right. 2.5 minute explainer. 2.5 minutes. So basically, kinning.
I'm clocking this. Oh.
They're on Tumblr. And basically the whole idea is you could be like a wolfkin or like a starkin or like an animal or like a natural like an aspect of the natural world or even a fictional character, but that's like people parody it by saying we're kinning fictional characters. It's basically where you're like you have this psychic connection or like you are one. Like you are a wolf trapped in a human's body. And like you experience like you have like issues to deal with like on that basis. But I'm surprised you're not familiar with it because like the whole thing where it's like you have blue hair, bro, you go on Tumblr, bro, blah, blah. It like kinning is like considered like one of the big like embarrassing things that happen on the internet. But it's sort of it's like furry adjacent too, and yeah.
All right, well, now more than ever, I'm gonna say, did I ask? Like,
let me be clear. Did I ask?
Let me be clear. Yeah.
Are you depressed now?
Fuck! Oh! I can't believe you finally found my spot.
I was at that spot like a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
I bet your ass you won't fight.
You're in the same spot. Let me guess.
So what were you gonna say before I butted in with my kin thing?
We were supposed to get talking about the end of Toasty Toes.
Oh right, yeah.
And then Toasty Toes 2.0 subsequently.
Yeah, like No, I just think they're great. Like I think like I think in terms of like movies we made or whatever, like
UAV recon standing
like
by.
I think they keep you paying attention.
Okay.
And okay, I'll be honest. Like I think some of our content, and like certainly content that exists on YouTube, like like you could just sort of
Care package
like you could just sort of like turn it off, or you could just sort of like do other things while you're like listening to it, even if it's something like a fucking RP or whatever. But like those are like they actually, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is like I feel like there are clear stakes to those projects
Yeah.
like
I
that.
see what you're saying. And I like Toasty Toes 2.0 as just sort of like a weird, because it's like a weird like alternate dimension Toasty Toes. It's like Earth B. And it's like the Wacky Shack, but it's like in the jungle. And I will say, that is the hardest we've ever worked on a set for any Toasty Toes video.
What do you mean?
The set for Toasty Toes 2.0 with the jungle.
Wasn't it a seed?
No. How could we have seeded a fucking Wacky Shack?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I built that.
Something. No, because we went to like Chinese Cuba. Remember?
Oh well, that was a map. But
Okay. I confused. it
I'm
with
talking about the Wacky Shack that we used in that series.
Oh, you're right.
The one that was like in the jungle.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was really like that was insane.
Like we really worked really hard on building that map and like making it look good and like having the 1-to-1 replica of Binky's Trap House in the end. You know.
Yeah. Real. Because all the stuff that we're like referencing and like trying to replicate was like that was stuff we'd come up with on the fly, but here we were now like
Yeah. And also it was all based around like early days Toasty Toes. Like it was based on like, you know, Wacky Shack, Binky's Trap House. Like it was like the early days stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like we hadn't done a Minecraft video in so long when we did that series.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, and like it was like, oh, you know, the video starts and you hear like the classic Wacky Shack music and the classic Wacky Shack intro.
Care package ready for
Like
collection. Show
it's
us
just
your
interesting. But everything's the same but a little different, you know? Like it kind of had a weird vibe to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And like there's some like crazy moments that was just like so cool like to look back on, like like that scene where we're like time traveling and we go back to Binky's Trap House 3 and meet our past selves.
Oh yeah. No, that was really hard to film, but it was like
Yeah.
really worth it.
care package ready for delivery.
Because like if you go back and watch Binky's Trap House 3, like you can see the moment when when our future selves would have shown up, you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like it was right after the first fight with Flower Fauna.
Mm-hmm.
So you can like pinpoint, because like you can pinpoint the exact location, like, you know, on the map, like you can pinpoint when it would have happened.
Care package ready for
So that was like interesting.
Yeah.
And then the final Toasty Toes 2.0, I was just like, how far can I push this, you know? I was like, how ridiculous can I make this final battle?
Care package waiting for
Yeah, and like what's cool is like I think like we were continually like pushing the boundaries in some way. Like we kept like trying to see like what like new things we could do.
ready for
Yeah. So yeah, that's like, you know, the canonical ending to the channel is Toasty Toes 2.0. So wouldn't it be stupid to go and watch it now that, you know, the channel's like actually ending?
Yeah.
Because we
Gotta
didn't.
get its views so we can rake in the big bucks.
Yeah, the big bucks. It's one of the best recurring jokes on the channel.
Because you know exactly what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
big bucks.
The big we need more money.
Yeah, because it was originally the end of Toasty Toes and Toasty Toes 2.0 was going to be the final videos, right?
Oh.
care package ready for delivery.
might have been like
That was the
an i-
plan.
an idea, but like we just had more to do, right?
I think we were going to do it based on like, you know, college and shit. Like that was like one of the main reasons why we were like considering ending the channel. And you were going through a phase where you were like, I don't want to be doing the channel anymore for some reason. I think it's just because like, you know, you were going to a new school and like you had this like this perception that like you didn't want to do the channel. It was a whole thing, but we were like, okay, well, this will be a good way to end the channel. But then it was just like, nah, there's so many other stuff that we want to do. Like we just had so much more. I feel like now we've really, I feel like now is a better time to end the channel because we've tapped everything
Yeah.
that we can do under the Toasty Toes brand. I mean, obviously we've got our other channel that we're working on, but that's not the same thing. Like, that's literally completely different. That's like probably the opposite of the Toasty Toes. I think we've really just tapped everything we can do with the Toasty Toes, with those characters, with this universe. Like, if we kept going, it would just get to the point where it's just dragging on, and they're not getting any better. Like, they've peaked, honestly, the videos. Like, the narrative peaked with Gary's mod. The comedy is peaked. Like, if we continued, I just don't think...
It would get stale.
Yeah.
It would be like Adam Sandler.
Well, probably not that bad, but...
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's about all I've got to say on Toasty Toes 2.0.
Is there more is there more we can talk about?
I think that's every that's every series.
Wow.
Do you have an all-time favorite video? I know what you're gonna say anyway. Yeah.
Well, okay. Like I know, you know, like my first thought is diarrhea, sex, pervert,
Yeah, I know.
full blast.
Yeah, I know.
But there are things that definitely rival diarrhea, sex, pervert, full blast.
Some of the new material, I think, maybe.
Yeah, like episodes of Gary's mod.
Like, what would you say? Okay, if you can't pick one, what would you say are like your contenders? You know.
The contenders would be like the Boofendale Return, definitely. Okay. Like those two videos. Like the Wacky Shack finale, to be honest, is just
really?
kind of yeah, it's just kind of poignant. I don't know. There's something nice about it.
That's an interesting choice.
I don't think it's like
poignant. It was not how I would think to describe Wacky Shack, but yeah.
Well, isn't there that like there's like that scene at the end that's just really like
the helicopter scene or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess if we're talking comedy, I guess it might be diarrhea, sex, pervert,
it doesn't have
blast.
to just be comedy. It could be, you know.
Honestly, Titanic is also really good. I think Titanic is almost in the same league.
Which one?
That.
We've done 3.
What if I just said like the first episode of Normal Shack? Like, what if I just
what? You're lying.
I'm subverting expectations. Like, yeah, I don't know. But
which episode's of Gary's mod? Probably one of the. What would you say?
The one with I mean, the one where Samsey blows up the fucking Enterprise is pretty great. That's a pretty great moment, I think.
Yeah, that was like the season 2 finale.
Yeah. I mean, I like some of the bonus like the one where I blew up the set of Binky's Trap House is just pretty funny.
Oh yeah, those are just like, yeah, those are bonus videos, you know.
That's true. That's true. But
literally like those are like outtakes in a while.
That's pretty much my answer. What would you say your favorite episode is? Video.
That is really hard because, you know, I love every video like they're my children. My hundreds of children.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know. Probably it's got to be one of the Gary's mods, maybe okay, tell you what. Every like event video I'll put like Binky, like Wacky Shack finale, Binky's Trap House 3, End of Toasty Toes, Boofendale Return, like all those, like all the videos that are like a big event.
Yeah.
All of those. I would put those.
They're pretty, like, those are just, like, they're on a different level than the average video.
It is
I
true.
think.
It is true. Because we put more effort into those, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Put a lot of effort. More effort than people think we put into our videos.
What are, like, some of the, like best arcade videos, would you say?
The final 3 Star Wars videos.
Yeah. I was trying to think of, like, what I've missed. And then I remembered that.
Yeah,
like, there's some shit I was not remembering.
Yeah. It's good because I think we revitalized Toasty Toes Arcade with those because it was on the verge of like getting a little bit stale.
Yeah.
Like Techno Cop and like there was like they're not terrible, but you can tell that we're kind of like doing a little bit of filler in some of them. But like, yeah, it was good that we like revitalized the series at the very last second for the finale.
Yeah.
Those are the best probably of that.
Yeah, that iteration.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know I mentioned it already, but Jeopardy is really funny to me.
I do like Jeopardy.
Yeah.
There are a lot of ones, like, you know, there's a lot of Toasty Toes Arcade videos.
There are a lot of Toasty Toes videos.
True. I don't know. Are we at 200? Almost.
Yeah, something like that.
Countless hours.
Fucking sleep.
Imagine it's revealed that we recorded every video in one sitting. Like the entire channel.
I mean, I if I were just like like that, just thinking about the idea of doing that just makes me like want to
Die? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you
that sounds
rather
like
die?
really hell on earth. I might actually rather die than have to record like hundreds of hours of content in one sitting.
Yeah.
Well, actually, wait. Would I get to take showers and stuff? Like,
No. One sitting.
okay, yeah, but like that. The thing is, okay, I maybe I would rather do that than die, but like you got to keep in mind that the content we would be producing would just not be content.
No, it wouldn't be good. It'd be terrible.
It's so awful.
Like, we wouldn't be able to talk. It would just like...
Your family.
I want to see them.
Yeah.
So, well, that's everything. So how about this? What are your, cause you know, we don't got a lot of videos left. We're gonna record, back at the shack, obviously, but this will be one of our last videos. This is the last uncut, one of our last videos that we're gonna upload, and our retrospective of the channel. So, do you have like any final remarks for the channel as a whole? You know?
You know, I'm glad that before I became an adult, I did the thing that I said I wanted to do when I was like 8 years old, and that is have like a YouTube channel and commit to it.
Yes, I 1000% agree.
It's
And-
like just nice to
yeah.
check that box, I think.
Yeah, this is a life achievement.
Yeah.
Like you know, we made this thing. Like we crafted things. This is it's kind of art, you know. It's not, or at least it's an achievement.
Yeah. It's not something most people can say. They
True.
did.
We ran a YouTube channel, and for years. We ran a YouTube channel for years, and it got to the point where we were uploading like 2 videos a week for like a year.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like that's like what most like people who do that for their job do, and we don't do this as a job.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't really make any money off of this, but
Imagine professional toes.
I wish Toasty Toes could have been like, you know, professional.
A reality TV series. The Toes House.
Yeah, like you know, we're gonna end the channel, you know, and the channel we're never going to have achieved the audience that we probably, you know, that we wanted and deserved, you know?
Well, like, how would you manage that in like the climate of YouTube now?
It's
So,
just impossible.
like, it's frankly impossible.
Yeah.
um,
But you know, okay, I'm saying we had a because you know
yeah.
it's like the end, but we have a fan base. It's not large, but we have a fan base. We have people who watch us.
It would fill a room. Like, it would like fill.
It would.
Like, you could hold a conference and have people in the audience, and it would be like 42 people.
Yeah, it'd be like. I mean, we've had ups and downs. Like we've almost gotten, you know, we've gone above 50 and then below, and then you know it's gone up and down. But like consistent viewers, we have like well over 40 consistent subscribers. You know.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. Like, I wish I could like.
Yeah.
I wish I could like talk to and sort of like.
And not all of them are like people who I know. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there are a lot of them who are. They're like. Because think about it though, how many people do we know that are subscribed to us that like we actually know, you know?
Yeah, like it's like fewer than a handful.
It's like what, Sam C. Jason?
Yeah, but and besides people who haven't been on the channel, it's like who, you know?
Yeah, no one. If they haven't been on the channel, it's like no one. Like everyone who, yeah. Like there's a lot of people. We don't know.
So yeah, that's cool. I mean, honestly, like. Wait, Sam, would it be weird if we like got to know any of our subscribers?
I think that'd be a little weird, yeah.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, cut that out. Cut
that out. Sam,
I don't mean it in like a creepy way. I just mean it in like a.
Sam, cut that out.
It's just. Never mind. Sorry.
Cut that out.
Just take out the subject.
Package ready for delivery.
So what do you think you will think about the Toasty Toes in, let's say, like, okay, I don't want to go too high. Let's say something small like 10 years. Or 20.
I'm gonna be like amazed that I was as dedicated as I was.
Really? I guess.
Was that? Were you meaning that like I wasn't dedicated?
Really? No. I said that kind of like I didn't mean to say it that way. Yeah.
I get you.
I would agree.
Like it just surprises me is all, and it's not because it's like a bad thing or something.
Are you
It's
gonna?
just,
Do you think you're gonna think the same way about the videos?
I mean, I don't know. I might think they're a little dated just because like even the style of video we're making will probably be dated, or it might not even exist in 10 years. You know?
Yeah. YouTube might not exist.
It's fucking crazy to think about.
That's the thing, like YouTubers, like there are so many YouTubers who I have like an emotional connection with, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Like YouTubers who I have like a really emotional connection with. And then it's like, what if one day YouTube just like shuts down their servers and all their videos are gone forever?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, okay.
It's a crazy weird thought because I've
It's a
never
sad and
not.
scary thought because it'll probably happen one day.
I feel like okay, like I feel like it won't happen before we're dead. Like
I don't know, because think about it, like, your websites come and go, and it's like it'll probably happen in, I would say 30 years. That's what I give it. I give YouTube 30 years.
do you think it'll no longer be profitable in 30 years and like Google will just shut it down?
Something will happen. I mean, who even knows? What if there's the nuclear apocalypse?
Okay, yeah, but like that.
Okay, yeah, excluding that.
Excluding COVID killing everyone. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like
I'll still like them, but I feel like they're gonna be very nostalgic.
yeah. Yeah, it's gonna evoke a lot of like, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to like
Yeah.
be as invested in like the plot and stuff. Like I'm gonna kind of forget like certain points of it, but
Probably. But think about it. We did this from freshman year to senior year. Like this is our high school career.
yeah, for real.
The Toasty Toes is our high school career.
That's crazy to think about.
It's crazy. We were freshmen when we did Wacky Shack. Now we're old. Now we're old men.
We have like really long beards, and we're like about to die.
All right.
Signing out.
This
Okay,
is
you know what?
fun.
The Toasty Toes. You know what I think is gonna happen to YouTube?
What?
I think that Google is gonna think that YouTube like isn't sustainable, and they're gonna merge it with other like properties, or it's gonna like they're just gonna make something new that's like kind of different. And it'll change the way like YouTube videos are made, I think.
Yeah.
Like it might become more like Vimeo, or it might become more like
Streaming
Twitch.
service.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think it'll get reinvented in 30
Yeah,
years.
definitely,
Like,
definitely.
and like you might still be able to watch like the fucking Smosh lip syncing to the Pokemon theme. You might still be able to watch that, but like that's not what it's going to be used for anymore, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
I
like
know what you
and,
mean.
like when you get down to it, like Smosh
They're
lip
already
syncing.
they're already kind of starting to do that with like YouTube originals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's no longer the platform of.
It isn't. It really isn't.
about
YouTube. Here's the thing. YouTube is corporate. 5 years ago, everyone was like us.
Yeah.
Like everyone was making videos like us, gaming videos like just with your friends, videos where people used to be passionate, you know, and now it's like you have like people like Ninja running the show, and it's just like
It's like, bro, you have blue hair.
yeah, it's just like no, like influencers, you know, like it makes my skin crawl.
Yeah. Because it's like, and you know, it's like it'll turn into like you know, and if TikTok goes away, like if it does,
Which it probably will.
like what if YouTube is like, we want to, you know, take the stuff that TikTok used to do and like make it our thing, and then they rebrand as like a
Yeah.
primarily like Vine-esque like situation,
Yeah.
you know?
They could.
So I don't know. It's a weird situation, I guess, but
Yeah.
do you think, imagine if we were like talking this way about Vine?
I hope Vine has 30 years. Vine has.
Vine, bro, Vine. Do it for the Vine.
Nib jib.
I cannot believe that Vine was a thing. I cannot believe it was a thing.
Yeah.
It was so great. I'm sorry, it was so great. But I know that's like a
Was
like a
it,
generic.
or are we just nostalgic?
I mean, a little bit of both, but. And I know it's a generic opinion to think Vine is great, but there are so many good Vines.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? There are so many
don't
good
know.
Vines.
I don't know. I haven't seen Vine. I haven't seen best Vine comps in a while.
Like there's so many, like the. Do you remember in 8th grade, like, or like when everyone was like, "Oh, did you see the Water Malone guy?" Like, come on! Like that guy, he has like a big, like hollowed out watermelon.
Yeah, you're like realizing how stupid you sound the more you explain. Come on, the Water Malone guy.
Okay, and it was before they were influencers, you know. It was before everything got like stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, like remember that like overweight kid who was a ginger and he had like the spoons on his eyes and shit? That was so funny. He'd be like,
fucking
"I'm
clue.
no clue." Come on. His name was like Connor or some shit, and he was from the South, and he weighed like a lot of. Like I'm sure he's like some kind of like social media star now, but he used to do like really funny vines about like living in the South and like also being like fat or something. But like grandma. Okay, whatever. Sorry. Absolutely.
Oh, I do know who you're talking about. I just remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anything else to say? The game is ended. We're not gonna do another match. It's the end of the video. Anything to say?
Honestly, thank you to the people who have been watching, especially to the people who have been watching from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because, it's really cool to know that we like have made some people's day better by like goofing off on video games.
Definitely. It's really weird to think about, but yeah.
Yeah, like in Florida.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Basically what I wanted to say is that well, to be honest, I never actually liked you. It's been terrible. Goodbye forever.
Guys, is anyone left? Okay. I feel like Sam did this so he could elicit a reaction in me where it's like, I'm gonna like, I'm not gonna take it seriously at first, and then I'm gonna be like, Sam, but it's not gonna happen because I know the punchline to the joke. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm still in the games lobby. I'm gonna leave the games lobby. Alright, I'm gonna quit COD. She farted on my dick.
Don't forget to watch Family Guy Sunday night.